yourself.
Free.
Free your mind. Free your heart. Let it go free. I said free. Free yourself. Free your mind. Free your heart. Let it go free.
All right, guys, what's going on? It's your boy Troy Weeks Music, and you know the sound that means. We're getting ready to start episode 6 of Free Yourself Saturdays. Whoop, whoop. This is what we do, how we do each and every Saturday night. This Saturday night is special, so if you guys don't know what's going on and you're tuning in and you're one of our listeners, we are live on Facebook. So go to my Facebook Live so you can see what's going on actually in the moment. It's the first time ever we are doing this, but it's something that is, we're doing this for a very important reason, and we're here to really, tonight's a special show. I've been, if you listen to us on Savage Media Radio on Wednesday, you'll get to know that on Wednesday, it's the whole Savage Media team. On Wednesday, something I talked about, I opened up with a topic, and with that topic, it was a part A to this part B, which is today. So before I do anything else, I'd love to open up the show. We're really letting people know what Free Yourself is all about and bring you in on, just let you know, bring you into my world a little bit. So freeing yourself is the final step of the process. It's the release. It's the woosah. The moment when you cross over and transition from being the victim to the victor. All the steps you needed to get to this point should have been covered by this point. You should now be ready for the rebirth of your new beginning. If you're thinking and you're quite not ready for the free yourself moment, that's fine. The moment when you are ready will be here, and that moment won't be taken lightly because the awakening depends on you. In this segment, we could let people call in so they can publicly free themselves from what's been holding them down or back from being great or moving forward in their life. Freeing yourself is a symbolizing of the letting go of that stronghold and having the power over it at this point in your life. Doing it publicly allows you to tell that situation, that thing, that through the power of spoken word, you don't have control over it and it doesn't have control over you. So ladies and gentlemen, that's the basis of what Free Yourself is all about. That's the vision that God gave me. That's what it all started from. And so, of course, I teamed up here with my co-host and teammate, Miss Coco Blue, and we took it to the next step further. So if you have a dirty little secret you want to air out and honestly on air, this is for you. You want to reveal your sexuality to your loved ones on air? Then this one's for you. Has someone hurt you and you want your feelings to be heard? This is for you. Or do you just want to express yourself and what makes you feel free? We want to hear from you. So that's what Free Yourself is all about. That's what we do each and every Saturday. We've had an amazing 4 weeks thus far, and this is week number 5. So this is
we're on week number 6.
Week number 6. See,
yes.
I'm so caught up. It's been 6. This is 5 weeks so far. This is our 6th week.
So a month and a half.
Month and a half. Wow. That's pretty huge.
I know,
pretty
it's
big
awesome,
and exciting. Right? Yes, thank you so much, Coco, again for believing in my talent. And
thank you for having me on every Saturday. This could have been your own thing, your own project, but you decided to bring my girl on. So
yes, man, it's been amazing having a female perspective on some of the things that we've spoken about and what we've been doing. So thank you. First and foremost, for just being open and freeing yourself.
Course. I try.
Yeah, you definitely.
I've been digging in. I've been bringing it out. I've been trying.
I was getting ready to say that because you are a private person to a certain degree. Yes. You say what it is, but when it comes to business, you don't play, and you're very private. Business is business. Yes. Personal is personal.
Exactly.
So thank you for freeing yourself on Saturdays.
Thank you for letting me.
I appreciate it. So this show today is very important because there's a lot of questions and speculations about me, who I am, my sexuality, all these different things. And I've come to a point in my life where I just realized that, it's not a big deal. I'm a secret person in regards to, not secret, private person. So my life has been private for the most part because of business. I didn't want to mix my personal life with my business. But I feel like at this day and age, who God created me to be is altogether part of it all. And so given the platforms that I have, especially this one that God gave me with Free Yourself, how could I have a show called Free Yourself and I don't feel free? So in not feeling free, I decided to dedicate this particular show and to me finally open up to the world about me, who I am as a person, and so we can lay to rest the questions about my sexuality, what I do like, what I don't like, and all of that. Like, I'm no longer letting anybody else try to pretend to put me in a box because I've never been in a box. I've lived my life very comfortably and fine, but at this point, there is still some limitations because I'm not 100% free, and so that's what today is all about. So I'm gonna get right to it.
There's
no way.
There's no other way. There's no way to sugarcoat it.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. So
come right out.
Wednesday night on Savage Media Radio on our The Voices podcast, I talked about the topic. I talked about was And when it comes to sexuality and how there's a lot of men, there's a market out here in relationships where and where there's a lot of single women, there's a lot of single men. A lot of single women, a lot of single men. And there being a lot of single women, a lot of single men. And the fact is that there are more men than there are women. So that's why, of course, there's so many different sexualities. And that's why sexuality is so, so it's something that is not taboo anymore. Because there's more men than there are women. So it's going to happen. If you look at the history books, back in life, men sleeping with men has been something that's been in the history book for years. Not secret. It's been there, White men have been doing it for years, and it's been okay, So enough is enough about sexuality. So let's be clear. So the question was this. There are a lot of men out here who may be pansexual, trisexual, bisexual, whatever these sexuals may be. A man that may have been with another man, but who is not identified as a gay man. And being a man who is not a gay man, but being identified as a gay man it sucks. It is horrible. Like, no one wants to live. Like, if this is who I am, if this is what I'm telling you, then stop putting me in a box and tell me who I am. This is what it is. And so with that being said, that question was brought up because I've never spoken about my sexuality. And I know a lot of people have always wondered, as someone, he's gay. Or he likes guys and girls. Or he's this or he's that. Yes, I have a beautiful daughter who's 15 months. Her name is Genesis Olivia, and I love her with everything in me. And, how does he have a daughter? But he may be gay, he may not be gay. So let's first of all, let's put the record to the table and let's be clear. I'm not a gay man, obviously. I have a kid, and it's not a joke. Genesis Olivia Weeks is a real life. She is a product of love and something that was real. It wasn't a game. It wasn't a joke. My life is not a game or joke. It's just real life. And so in that, my relationship with her mom was 100% consensual. It was 100% real. And we were in a relationship. And we ended up, as adults do, when you don't have protected sex or you don't plan and things happen, you have a kid. And we had a kid, and that's what happened. And so in that I'm not a gay man, obviously, because I have been with a woman and I committed with her, and I'm 100% was committed to her while I was with her because we were in a serious relationship. But to be clear, the record is I'm pansexual. And for those of you who don't know what pansexual is, I have a couple different definitions to help you understand. So, pansexual, this is what it means. This is a dictionary.com definition. Pansexual, not limited in sexual choice in regard to biological sex, gender, or gender identity. So that's the dictionary.com definition. And there's also another definition, the Urban Dictionary definition. Sort of helps us break it down a little bit and let them know. I see you on there, Brandon. Let them know, Trill. We got your back. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you.
Thank you for sharing the video, Brandon.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, we got some people tuning in. We're on Facebook. We're on live by Facebook. I told you guys earlier. So there are people commenting and saying things. So we'll definitely be back and forth checking in. I see some people tuning in that definitely did tune in. Some people have no idea.
Right.
I'm not going to say who they are. But some people have no idea, and I'm thanking you for tuning in, so now you know the truth. So this is what Urban Dictionary says. Pansexuality, one who can love sexuality in many forms, like bisexuality, but even more fluid. A pansexual person can love not only the traditional male and female genders, but also transgender, androgynous, and gender fluid people. So there it is. There it goes. It's out there. It's done. Troy Weeks music from my own mouth right here via this podcast and via video. I'm a pansexual male living in America today. Black male at that. I'm not a gay man. I'm not a bisexual man. I don't play games with people's lives. I'm a real man living in real life who's being real with who I am. And for once in my life, it's time to not not limit myself and put ceilings on anything in my life for anybody, because opinions don't pay bills. Now, nobody's opinion, I can walk in the Con Edison and say, hey, I need to pay my light bill with Susan's opinion. Right. It don't work like that. So, Susan, and your opinions, you can kick rocks. Mm-hmm. No, I just made that up, by the way. There's no, it really is no Susan.
Susan, if you are a fan of us, we're not talking about you.
I'm not talking about you. But yes, so to set the record straight, I'm freeing myself on Free Yourself Saturdays with Troy Weeks Music and letting the world know that, yes, I'm a happy, loving man. I'm pansexual, so I've been with women, I've been with men, I've been with lesbians. I've never been with a transsexual. I'm not saying I wouldn't, because I'm pansexual. If I connected with a transsexual, then I could. But I haven't to this point in my life. I am currently in a relationship, and so there is someone there, and that is that. But at the end of the day, it's time to take the wings, let the wings out the coat and let them fly. And so with that,
I love that analogy. Let the wings out the coat.
Let the wings out the coat. Let them fly. So I want to be able to one of the main reasons why I finally said enough is enough is because I wanted to really put an end to this stigma of gay men. Not every man that's been with a man is a gay man. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. There are certain... A gay man does not want to ever be with a woman. If you ask a gay man about being a woman, he's going to tell you, I don't want to be with a woman. I have no insights with a woman.
I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the way it feels. I'm not going to have it.
He's going to tell you, yeah.
Ask Carlos.
He's going to let you know. Like, this is what it is. So I feel like it's important to understand the difference. Stop saying, oh, you being a man, you a gay man. Stop telling people that. If they say they're pansexual, they say they're bisexual, whatever they say they are, respect it. Respect is respect, first and foremost. That is what it is. That's their life to live, and it's nobody's place to judge or put them in a box. So... in that, if this is what they identify as, then that's what it is. And so in that, I feel like with my situation, in regard to being with the mother of my daughter, it didn't work out. It was a relationship that didn't work out. But was it a real relationship? Yes, the hell it was. What was I 100% in it? Was she 100% in it? Yes, we were. And it's life. Adults get in situations and things happen all the time. And our daughter is not her fault to be subject to the negativity of a sour, toxic relationship. It's not your kid's fault. So I'm going to make it right for the kids. That don't help because they grow up resenting you and hating the situation because of the fact that you decided to say, hey, I'm going to make it work for you. They don't want you to make it work for you. They're not stupid. Kids know what's up. They want to be able to be happy and be loving and enjoy life. They're kids. That's what they do. So it's not my daughter's fault, our daughter's fault, to be subject to the negativity of, hey, if it didn't work, it didn't work. That's life. So what? Let it be. So we need to be the best parents we can be for her. So we decided to be the best co-parents we can be. And this little girl is so filled with love and doesn't even know, have that negativity be plaguing her mind. She's so filled with love and she knows mommy and daddy. And that's what's important. And so I think that that's important for a lot of people out here to understand. It's okay to be in a relationship and make it work for your kids if that's what you both want. But don't be in a toxic relationship that's not good. Because kids is not stupid. They see what's going on and they understand. Yep. In 2018 with these cell phones and technology and iPhones, iPads, laptops, all of this, come on. Kids ain't stupid. Babies are swiping away and knowing what's going on at a swipe of a finger. Come on. Like, that's how everything is technology. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Like, stop being in these toxic relationships. That's not good for you. That's not good for your kids. It's not good for your family and friends. Y'all know it ain't good. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Like, it doesn't make sense to continue to put yourself in a situation that's not conducive to your future. If it's not motivating you, inspiring you, helping you to, when you're in those moments of weakness, building you back up, then it's not for you. It's okay to walk away from something like that. It's okay to be man enough or woman enough to say, you know what? This ain't working. And it's not really inspiring me to be the person I need to be every day. Who wants to wake up every day with negativity when you got to walk outside every day and deal with negativity in the world? Every day you walk out, you get on the bus, the train, or if you drive and you fancy, you still got to deal with road rage and people in their foolishness. Like, so why wake up to that negativity, subject yourself to that? So all of that, in a nutshell, all ties into even with my music. I sing R&B, neo soul, and gospel music, but because I didn't fit in one box alone, I created my own style and genre of music entitled Soul and B. So I sing Soul and B music, and Soul and B is not just sound and genre music. It's a movement. It's a couple things. It's one to teach us that God is so great that even identical twins aren't identical when you think about it. If it's Bill and Bob goes out and shoots somebody, Bill's not going to jail because Bob shot that person. Bob going to jail because Bob's fingerprints is the one that was on that gun. So God can make identical twins not identical and makes you think you're not special, unique, and who you are as a person. From the crown of your head to the sole of your feet, you're especially uniquely created in God's image, because that's what the Bible says. So if we're each and every one of us are created, not one person like us, and we each created in God's uniquely like image, then why are we trying so hard to be somebody that we're not? When it don't cost no money to be you, it's free. It costs you nothing to wake up every day and love your nappy hair, your buck teeth, your oily skin, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. Make you. I'm not against, like plastic surgery and doing things that want to make you feel better. I'm not against that. Don't get it twisted. Like, if you want a better smile because it's going to make you feel better in your photos, it's going to make you feel better, confident about yourself, then do it. But don't be up here being botched up Barbie because you want to be the next hot thing. You think having the best body is going to help you do it. What's up, Lamar? Is it going, brother? You think having the best body is going to help you do it? Like, it's not the case, because at the end of the day, the reality is there's celebrities out here that's telling stories about these butt implants are messing up my body. I can't have kids no more. I'm getting cancer. So if these people are the idols that we're looking up to, telling us surgery, all this cracked out to be careful, then we need to be paying attention and take heed to that. Like, it's important. And it starts with being you, being free, and being the person that God created you to be, because it don't cost you no money. It's free. And so with that, I'm gonna take a break for a second. And if the chat room is here, so if someone was saying anything, it'll pop up. So if you guys
hit us up on chat.
Hit us up on chat on Facebook Live or on Spreaker.com. Don't forget, you have to tune in to Spreaker.com
to hear us clearly.
To hear us clearly and to see what's going on. Everything, it's a podcast, not a video for the most part, but it's a bonus feature for you guys. So.
Bonus feature. Sounds like we're a video game. I like that.
But
first of all, I want to say thank you so much for bringing this part of your life to this platform. It's a platform that we created together in essence. We definitely have put our passion and our effort into this. So for you to bring that to here, I'm honored, and I wanted to say thank you so much, and I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
And you can breathe now.
I can breathe.
Right, you can breathe.
Because it's finally something that I no longer have to really worry and think about. Like, no one can put me in a box. People tend to try to, I know his little secret. Like, I know he was engaged to a man. Yes, I was engaged to a man. My first relationship was 5 years. We were engaged to be married. Like, this is real life. Like, it's when things are factual, like, you can look it up. It's public record. Like, I can't lie. You can't lie. So you can't catch me out here because I tell the truth. I don't need nobody out here trying to tell me what ain't the truth because I don't have no reason to lie. I'm a grown man. I'm a father. I'm a dad. And I have to set the best example I can for my daughter. So in doing that, I would want for her to say, this is who you are. This is what you want to do. I got you. You want me to hold the camera? What you need me to do?
All
Press
right.
play. Let's go. And that's what a parent should do. And so I can't expect my daughter to do that.
But I do have a question, though.
Sure.
So aside from you having the platform now and having, this podcast to be able to reach people, what is it that made you think now is the time? I should be doing this right now. I've waited too long. I'm tired of it. I need to do this now. What brought you to that conclusion?
I feel like I'm just in a place in my life in this month and almost 2 months into the first year of 2018 to this year 2018, and every day more and more I realize like I'm not happy because there's one part of my life that I don't really display to anyone. Gotcha. And so I realized that the day and age we're living in now, and I realized when I first announced I was having a baby, of course there had been men I had been with.
Yeah,
and everyone's seeing this, and most men think I'm a gay man. Gotcha. So it's like, so how'd you have this? So people questioned me and they said, "Oh well, I'm not trying to be nosy, but how'd you have this baby? Like, is it real? Is this what's going? Did you like have sex with her mom? Like, was it one time? Was it an experiment?
Got you.
At the end of the day, no child deserves to be an experiment. So I would not play those kind of games.
Exactly.
Like, she was made in love, 100% love. And if you don't believe me, you can look at her for yourself and be around her, and you'll see yourself. And and so it was just a time for me to be free and say, you know what? It was really free yourself. Every week I'm here, free your mind.
You're like,
I'm like, dang.
Right?
I have a show called Free Yourself, but I'm not free. But I'm telling the baby to be free. So how do I do that? That's sort of hypocritical.
It's kind of crazy because even when we've been doing the shows, even though it's been 6 weeks, it's a short 6 weeks. We got so much further to go. But every week I'm thinking to myself, this person is so selfless and providing a platform for people to free themselves of things that have been holding them down, and you've never expressed something that has really been kind of drowning you. And so I was so happy when you're like, I want to do it on my show. I want to do it on my platform. I want people to know. So I was so excited. So I was 100% for this. I'm super, super excited and honored that we get to kind of like do this and then go into depth. Yeah. And and now you're smiling. Before you were, breathing heavily. And I just love that.
This is really, I'm back to myself. Troy Weeks Music is back.
Yeah.
I just needed to, it's a lot been in my head and my mind going through getting to this point.
Yeah, of course.
It's a very important part of my life because I feel like besides this besides being saved for the first time in my life and this and getting married, these are the most important parts of my life, those three things. And so, it was important to me to finally get to a point where I could say it's time, and so now it's time. And I feel like we're living in a day and age where someone needs to be the voice. I'm a strong believer. I always felt like I was one of the kings since I was a kid. Like I'm always standing up for people and always being, standing up for people's rights. And I feel like me and what happened with my daughter's mom and I, whenever she did work. Yes, she knew I was, pansexual, that I had dated men. It wasn't a secret. So let's be clear. So all of those who may have speculations like, oh, she didn't know. I don't lie. Craig don't lie. Okay, I tell the truth and I'm honest. And so she was, she did know what was going on. So it wasn't, our relationship was real. It wasn't like, oh, well, I want to have a kid, you want to have a kid. No, it was real. Like real feelings, it was genuine. So with that, that's important for people to understand. And she's an awesome woman. And we just have an understanding. It didn't work out, and doesn't take away from us being awesome parents. And I think that that's what's important. And I think there's a lot of men out here who want to be awesome dads who may be pansexual, who may be bisexual, or transsexual. I don't know how that works, but
Her. So sorry for in the chat. I put her sexuality. I meant his. So.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I don't know. Who are talking to? Someone's here.
Happening?
So yeah, we're in the chat room, guys. If you're here, you're listening. But yeah, I'm definitely those tuning in. If you are a man who feel like you've been, suppressed to be a gay man because you slept with a man or been with men most of your life, but you're really not. You do have interest in women, or you do have interest in, sharing that intimacy and relationship and being honest and genuine and true. Like, first of all, don't be a fool. And that's what I want to understand in all of this. Women, don't be a fool. Be open-minded, but don't be a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are men out here and there are women out here who are opportunists on both ends. So don't be a fool. But understand, you can't trap somebody by having a baby with them. That's to be clear. People try to think that because you have a baby with someone, I got you. No, it may work back in the old days, but it don't work in 2018. So
we have a heart from Melanie to you.
Melanie, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, sweetheart. John's there. Thank you so much, John.
Oh, wait, let's see what John says. John Mercer from our Wednesday night live show. We love John. He keeps it lit. Troy, you're awesome. Nothing but huge love, my friend. Honesty like this, being objective and wanting to do right by humanity is how we change the world. I love that. And he's big about making steps to changing the world. So I know he's definitely, you got his support.
You got me smiling, John. I hope you're looking at Facebook Live. I know you don't because you don't have Facebook. What up, John? Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. And this is why I had to hold off until Saturday, because today was a big day, and it was important to really, again, be the vessel and utilize the platform that I have to do what it is that I love to do. And shout out to the reality show I'm working with that's filming us and getting things right, so you guys will be able to see this all in my life and what's going on, and all the lives of the people involved soon come. So definitely be looking for that. I'm so gracious for the opportunity to be able to be a part of something like that, and I don't take it for granted. I'm excited, and so being able to have a platform on anywhere, that's why I went Facebook Live. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it all the way. We're gonna take it from Facebook Live to YouTube, and we're gonna do it.
Public service announcement from John.
Yes.
He goes, always lit, just trying to get woke around here as well. Don't leave that out.
Yes, always lit, stay woke.
Very
in representation of John.
John gives us new words to use.
Every week, John.
Lit is our word now.
Lit is our word now. We're gonna work on changing it. You guys have to listen in on Wednesday night to our podcast on Wednesday night, The Voices, aka Savage Media Radio overall. Wednesday night is really dope. It's 5 men and a woman. This woman, Miss Courtney Coco Blue, and it's really,
you know what I call it, right? Wait, what is it? How do I say it? 5 peen and 1 vagine.
Yes, that's what you call it.
That is what we say. We don't say 5 men and 1 woman.
Right, 5 peen and 1 vagina. But we're cool with that. At the end of the day, you gotta be different. You gotta stand out, and you gotta definitely be raw and savage, and that's what we do. Savage Media Radio. We definitely don't talk about things that everybody else is talking about to a certain degree, depending on.
Yeah, we try to avoid it, but then if we do kind of cover topics that everyone's talking about, we kind of use the subsidiary topic that people aren't really touching on.
Right. So we'll touch on it, but we're gonna dig a little deeper. We like to make people a little bit uncomfortable sometimes, and that
all the time.
That's life. It is what it is. And that's how we stay savage. Like at the end of the day, we want people to really look to us and be like, oh, like they be going, and they, we get the good interviews, because we want to be the voice that people don't have. We want to be able to say the things that people are thinking but don't speak.
Exactly.
So that's what Savage Media Radio is all about. So I want to ask Courtney, do you, in regards to sexuality, first of all, did you even know what pansexuality was?
I did, and it's kind of funny because I pride myself on being virtually pretty cultured when it comes to terminology, because I don't like to I guess put people in a box, like you say. I don't like to give them a label. So I like to know, kind of if I can even look for myself what they could be, I still don't say, oh, this person's gay, this person's that, because I don't know. Just like you were explaining,
You don't know.
there's no way to
Stop
know.
making assumptions.
So yes, I was relatively familiar with the terminology, but it's interesting having someone who has lived it to kind of bring it to light and kind of like use the platform to tell people and educate people, because a lot of the times when we get this information, we get it from people who are not these types of people.
Right.
We get it from people who created dictionary definitions who are not these people. We get it from friends talking amongst friends. Oh, did you know he's gay? We don't get the definition from somebody who's lived the lifestyle. So
Listen,
that's important to me.
How the definition came about it, I had to be clear with myself and understand that I'm not a gay man, so stop calling me a gay man. I'm not gonna identify as a gay man because that's not. I don't believe that. I know I have an attraction to women, but then I realized as I got older, it wasn't just the women; it was just the people that I connected with. If I connected with you, wow, it could be magical. So I stopped putting myself in that box and started realizing I had to do some soul searching and I had to find a definition. How do you think I found it? Like, it wasn't. I was like, there got to be. Well, with the LGBT expanded to Q, I'm like, they expanded.
Right.
There got to be something. There got to be something that represents me. So I had to realize that. You know what? And found a definition. It made me realize this is who I am. This is what. Now it makes complete sense. Like, it's all about the connection. And I never knew what to say, people, and now I know what to say. And for those people who may be pansexual out there, hey, I'll be the face if I need to be. Like, at the end of the day, I'm sick and tired of people limiting anybody based on their sexuality. Stop that foolishness. I'm so sick and tired of people like, you go to work and there's one guy who happens to be gay, and instead of calling him by his name, he's the gay guy. He's not the gay guy. His name is John, or his name is Tony, his name is whatever it is. Call him by his name. He deserves that respect. He gives it to you. He don't say, oh, you the straight girl, or you the black girl, or you the Jewish guy. Like, people deserve respect where it, like, and that's just it. That's just it.
We're just people.
We're just people. Give us the damn respect that they deserve. Point blank, period. Oh, somebody saying something. What's up, guys? I know people are tuning in live to Facebook. If you're tuning in live now, we're live for our Saturday Night Free Yourself segment on Spreaker.com or Savage Media Radio. Troy Weeks Music and my girl Coco Blue. If you guys are tuning in now on the podcast or on Facebook. I just revealed, finally, for once, freed myself on my own show, that sexuality is pansexual. So I connect with men, women, lesbian, transsexual, whoever it may be. It's all about connection, and I'm finally open in my life at this point to be able to say, hey, this is what it is. I've always been open. My family knows, my friends know. It's nothing like, I've never been like in the closet. Let's be clear. Like, right. I've always lived my life. I'm 31, and so I'm not down low. I'm not none of that, but I'm not a gay man, and so I just need that to be understood. Like, there's a big difference, and people need to know that. And I'm not, I don't want to shed light on down low, because in 2018, there should be no reason for people to be down low. Like, I don't understand how you're not man enough to want to be like, hey, this is what it is. If you can't, then that's your own problem, and you need to stay in that bubble that you're in until you're ready to grow up.
So I do have another question, though.
Sure.
Aside from, I know you told me that close friends and family had known about this for a little while. Who did you reveal this to first, and why, is my question.
In regards to pansexuality, or just in general?
Pansexuality, in regards to that. I made you dig deep.
Yeah, because I remember the first conversation I ever had, a sexuality conversation, was with my twin sister.
Okay.
That's
beautiful.
The crazy thing is, me and my twin sister we're close. In high school, we had a weird relationship. Like, we weren't really, really 100% close, but we loved each other. We were always together. In a sense, like, we lived together and that. But in high school, she was Troy and I was Troy. And so we both had our own friends. We both had our own thing. But because we were twins, people knew me as Troyel's brother, Troyel's sister, Troyel's brother and Troy's sister. So we gained notoriety from that. But the day we graduated high school, we became like best friends. Like, I said, hey, this is what's up. Like, I had never been with him. I had never experienced sex or anything. It wasn't until I was out of high school that I experienced sex.
That you truly were just like, I got to figure out what.
Right.
What is Troy?
What am I? What I like? What I don't like? Because I knew I had only been with women in relationships.
Got you.
I had went all the way. I've done a lot of other things. Scorpio, baby.
Right.
But I've done other things, but I had never went all the way. So,
got you.
It wasn't until I became an adult, until after I was 18. And so I think that was what was important for me, was to really on this journey figure out where I was going, what I was doing, and what was important to me. And it was just being true and honest to myself. And
is your family overall accepting of?
Well, this is what happened.
Okay.
They very are accepting, but
okay.
I'm the type of person where I'm going to live my life. And I don't care if you like it or you don't. So this is what my thing was. When I finally came, so I told my sister, and then I moved to New York, started dating, ended up dating a man, and we got in a relationship, but I didn't tell nobody.
Okay.
He's just my boy. We hanging out. You can think what you want, assume what you want.
It is what it is. Right?
But finally, my family was like, Troy, come on, stop playing. We know what's up. Something that, what's up with this guy? So I finally said, okay, if I'm going to finally have this conversation about coming out, then this is what it's going to be. Yes, the truth is, this is not my friend. He's my boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And so in that, finally, the cat's out the bag, as the old folks would say. So now that the cat's out of the bag, I'm not going to be subject to allowing myself to be, in a situation where people don't like it, they do like it. Either you're going to ride this train and we're going to keep it moving, or you can get off.
Exactly.
But if you're going to get off, it's fine. But let me know how to deal with you, so how you deal with me, so I know how to rock. Because I'm not going to let you and nobody else put me in a box. So that's how I was with my family. And my family was very like, oh, we don't care, we love you, it is what it is. Like, we still love you to this day, And, it is, my family's very loving and supporting. And, I will say that it wasn't always easy for my dad. And I love my dad to this day. My dad loves me and supports me now. But that's hard for any dad to have to deal with. Yeah. Being the first son, being the son with your name. And, so I love my dad. Shout out to you, Loco. He's at MC too in Atlanta, cooking Loco's dogs. If you're in Atlanta, find him. He got the best dogs that are out there. He got the grill going after the club. Loco gets it popping. I'm gonna pop out in Atlanta one day soon, and you'll see us together. But I know that it was the most breaking moment in all of this was telling my father. And so.
And how did that conversation go, if you don't mind sharing?
It was something that I never wanted to do.
Gotcha.
If it was up to me, I would have never had the conversation. It would have been like, hey, I'm living and you figure it out. But it was the most freeing moment of my life because at that time, I was already engaged to a man. Everyone knew, but he didn't.
So there you go.
But he was asking questions, and they were like, well, everyone knew. Like, it's my job to talk to my dad when that moment comes. Do not tell my business. Like, because I'm going to spaz out. I'm going to get crazy.
Yep.
Because that's my place. And so they did give me that opportunity. And the time came, and I told them. And it wasn't easy. He was heartbroken. He thought it was him. He thought it was his fault.
We're getting a ton of loves and just love all around. A bunch of hearts.
Facebook. I
forgot about
Facebook. Thank you guys.
Right?
Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And it wasn't easy. Like, he, it was hard for both of us. And
of course.
I'll never forget that moment. I remember walking through the air after I told him, we both broke down, and I tried to be strong, so he broke down.
Okay.
And I let him, rock, and he's just like, I just like that, nothing we can change. It can't change. It's who I am, and I just wanted you to know finally. And then, but I told him I was a gay man because at that moment I was in a relationship with a man engaged to be married. So
you just didn't want any questions. It's more out on the line.
It was just that's how I felt at that time.
Got it.
Even though I had an attraction to women, I felt like this was
the direction it was going in, and that's what I wanted to end up with.
I'm a gay man. I identified as a gay man. So that's what it was. And so got engaged, and so I told my dad at this point, I remember going to the airport and getting to the gate and breaking down like my like somebody died, and I was just like, wow, like. But I felt so much free afterward, and every time after that, it was like, you know what's up. It's not a secret, so I don't have to hide anymore. So I felt so free, and then once my dad found out, I was like, I don't care who else knows or doesn't know, because I'm me now.
Exactly.
But I'm not I never was like a flamboyant man or openly like people. I just kept myself together, and people always assume. But assumptions could be one thing, but there's no reason to assume when I can be a grown man and be honest about what's going on in my life and what it is. And so that's why I decided to.
What I love is that you were able to kind of put it out on the line, like, this is what I am. You either accept it or you don't. If you don't, then, we're just going to have to figure out how to deal with each other. And when you put it out on the line where it's just like, it is what it is, then people, they're going to give you their honest opinion, but they're going to know it's not going to weigh on you. So they're not going to push things on you. So that's a way to kind of like protect yourself, but then get yourself out there,
Right. Like, it was more so a defense mechanism, one, because I don't know if I really was ready to be separate from my family, but I think
if you kind of put the wall up.
I had to let them know what was, I told myself, no matter what happens, I will not. If you don't want to fuck with me, it's fine. I won't fuck with you either. But that's life. So wait, we got a couple questions.
Oh yes. So Melanie, we'll get to John because I'm halfway blind and it's gonna take me a little while to get through that one. The question from Melanie is there a difference between pansexual and bisexual? Sorry, I missed that part.
Yes.
I don't think you've actually explained that. You didn't hit on that, so that's perfectly fine.
There is a difference. So, bisexual men, they like men and they like women. That's it. I don't know how that, in terms of their commitment level, of how committed they will be to a man or woman. I feel like the issue with bisexual men is that they have the tendency of most bisexual men have actually been gay men in the closet. So saying I'm bisexual has been such a taboo word that women won't trust it because you're really a gay man in the closet. So stop lying. So I feel like there are men who may genuinely be bisexual who like men and women only. Pansexual means I can date a man, a woman, a transsexual, androgynous. Like it doesn't matter what you sexually identify as. It matters how I connect with you. So that's what the difference is, Melanie, with pansexuality and bisexuality. Bisexual men will only be with a man and a woman. They won't be with a lesbian or be with a transsexual or be with a queer man or woman. They won't queer identifying. Like, they won't identify themselves with someone who's not a man or a woman. It's literally you're a man or you're a woman. That's it. But pansexuality, that's not the case.
That's actually a wonderful way to explain it, because now it's kind of like it's more clear for me too. Even going through this, I was just trying to like fiddle through my mind, like trying to understand how you kind of expressed it when you first told everyone. But now it's kind of a clear cut. I get it now.
Right.
Perfect.
For me, it was more like, how do I make people understand that where I'm understanding in my head? Because I'm like, I connect with people. It's not about, my first experience with someone who identified as a lesbian. We connected on a way that I hadn't connected a woman in a long time. So I was like, well, who's this woman? Like, whoa. And there was this energy, and it was this fire, and I was just like, there's no way a gay man would have
passion.
This much
It's passion, yes.
For, a woman. And, when things happened, it did, and it was passionate. So
I think John has a question. I'm sorry, John. I know you're listening. I am halfway blind, and I can't. This whole white writing on the gray is fucking me up. So
right. No worries, John. I got
Melanie
you.
did say thank you for explaining.
Thank
you, Troy, for explaining it for Melanie and for everyone who's watching, because I'm sure there was a lot of questions.
Got it. I'm glad you guys can understand what that is. Melanie, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in via Spreaker.com. You gotta tune in via Spreaker,
She's
y'all.
doing it the right way. Y'all
Spreaker.com,
slacking.
follow the podcast.
It is very easy to click on a live video. You gotta actually go on to Spreaker. You gotta create an account. You gotta put your picture up there, and then you gotta chat. So if you do all that, we know you're really serious.
We know you're really here. Come on, stop playing. Shout out to you. So John says, so why are the majority of people on this planet not wanting to change and be different and just be better? I know change is difficult. But to live a better life in a brighter future, you have to make change in your life and look at what is not working for you, correct? John, correctamundo. Thank you for that.
I usually never agree with John, but he's actually right on that. I never do. I love you, John. If you're listening, you are phenomenal. You're amazing. But I usually never agree with you, but that was actually on point.
Right. Yeah, that was on point. Why are people not willing to change? Not wanting to change? You know why? Because people are not willing to embrace change. You first got to be willing to say, hey, this is different. We don't know it, but let me tell you how we do that. And this is something I bring with my music and Soul and Me. Stop saying different. Say unique. And I think that's what's important. Just because something is different doesn't make it negative. Different has such a negative connotation to it that people tend to think negative about the word different. Stop saying different. No, that's unique. I don't understand it. Got it. Okay, cool. Well, I don't understand. Explain it to me. Ask questions. If you don't understand something that someone's doing or what their style or their sexuality or their anything, there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, what's that about? What is this? Can you explain it to me? Because, that's what happens on a daily basis. And I feel as artists, I'm challenging you guys on Facebook Live, you guys listening, as artists, we have to be accountable for the platforms that we have and how we use them. It's great to make money, but you can't take the money with you when you die. Why not utilize that platform?
Leave a legacy.
To leave a legacy.
Exactly.
Like Michael Jackson, like Whitney Houston. Like these people, not only through their music, through their lives, they've inspired so many people. And so when I see artistry, that's what artistry means to me. And that's what creating my own style and genre of music is important to me. And that's what it means to me. I want to be a world-renowned artist like Whitney Houston, like Michael Jackson. I want to be able to make change in the world. And so music is supposed to make change in the world. And music today isn't making the change that it should. And that's always my fight. So if you got something to say about that, you can talk about it all day. And that's what it is. But music is supposed to make change. Like I remember when you could put a record on and be going through it for 10 hours. And you put that record and be going through that same song. Girl, I love you. And you be like...
And it hits your soul, and it just speaks
crying,
to your life.
all your emotions, you be going through it, and you be like, yes, I love this. So that's what music was for us. And that's why I feel like, we got a high rate of drugs, and why people are turning to drugs, why people are turning to, social media for their validation and likes and all of that. Why all this is going on is because, there's no guidance. And the guidance has to come from somewhere, and the voice has to be someone. And so... that's what it is.
We're here to be that voice today.
We're here to be that voice. We're here to be that strong force to say, for every man out there who may have been in my shoes, who may have wanted to be in my shoes where I'm now, maybe being a father, and I say, be honest, be genuine, be true, and you can have everything you want. Don't let nobody stop you. If you want to be with a woman, just because you've been with a man, don't let it stop you. You know, just be honest and don't lie. And women, Naomi, I see you, girl. Women, be.
Noemi, girl.
Yes.
Hey.
Shout out to Noemi from
Shout
Florida.
out to Noemi all the way in Florida.
She came on our first podcast and dropped some knowledge and called in, so that was dope. Thank you, Noemi.
She's our inspiration. She actually helped us want to keep this going and help people and really kind of get the word out for people's causes.
Right.
And really make change. So definitely, Noemi, we love you.
We're still rocking, girl. Week 6, girl. We
right?
here.
We're still here.
We're still here. So I want to talk to the women. And the reason why I want to talk to women is because there's a lot of beautiful queens out here. And when I say beautiful queens, I mean that with everything in me. There's a lot of beautiful queens out here. And there are a lot of awesome, amazing kings out here too. Don't limit yourself to what your life could be because of someone's sexuality. If a man says, hey, I'm honest about it and genuine about it, don't think like I can't be with a man who's been with another man because he's going to leave me for a man. That's not the case in every situation. You got to be woman enough to ask questions, but not disrespectful questions. But ask questions and be honest and doing the truth for yourself. If you did a poll, you can't tell me, even in college, all these women, there's a lot of women that's been with women, that's had some kind of experience with a woman. So you can't tell me, oh my gosh, you're going to judge a man because of that when you've probably experienced it yourself. Who are you to judge anybody? Who are we to judge people? Who are we to judge anyone? Love is love. And it's time to let love be love. And if that man want to love you, so what? He pansexual, he bisexual, let him love you. If that woman want to love you, let her love you. Be open. Be open. Be open, but don't be a fool. Because that will get you caught up.
I just want to touch on that, though. It's kind of crazy because I'm glad that you brought that up because there's such a double standard between women who have been with women and men who have been with men. The guys always want the girl that's been with a girl because if they kiss in front of each other, that's hot. That's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
She likes bitches. That's fabulous. No, but if a guy does it, oh, he gay. Oh, I don't mess with that gay nigga. Da 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 da. And nobody, you don't give the person a chance. And so for the world to just be more open, like you said, love is love is love, which is probably my favorite quote. I believe who started that? I think his name is Lin-Manuel Miranda from Hamilton. He's the one that when he was accepting a Tony, I believe it was. I believe it was Tony. Sorry, Lynn, if I'm wrong. Probably my favorite quote of all time. But love is love, and that's something that I definitely want us to spread. Throughout this podcast, throughout the platform, and as we grow, whatever we can do to reach out to people, I really do feel like that is something that we need to hashtag, and more people need to stand behind is love is love is love. So thank you for putting that out there. Brandon also said, Brandon from our live show on Wednesdays, he said, shout out to the open-minded people.
Shout out to open-minded people. And we also got Miss Keisha Stewart. Stewart is my family name, so she's definitely probably my family. If not, we family anyway. Says, I love and respect your honesty, and that's what counts. Thank you so much, Keisha. I appreciate it. We have to be honest and true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like honesty is what keeps us from being genuine and keeps us from thriving.
With us a couple seconds to spare, I do want to ask a question.
Yes, come on.
How do you feel? And I wanted to leave that for last.
How
has this made you feel? Do you feel like the world has been lifted off your shoulders? Do you feel like, you know what, I just want to give this information, I don't give a shit what people think, or do you have a combination of both?
I feel liberated because I feel
great.
like it's not just this whole reason for this was not to, I didn't have to do this. Like, I didn't have to tell anybody anything. I decided to be the man that God created me to be and be the voice and be the vessel. And so I feel like it's time. And so I feel liberated to be able to be the voice, to be that one for people who may have not had a voice, and finally it's like enough is enough. That's why I was like, I want to go Facebook Live, because anybody can talk. I don't have to. I tell people to DM me and question here, but anybody can talk on Facebook Live, and I'm being genuine and honest. So if you want to say something, I have nothing to hide. I'm telling you right here. I'm right here. Hey,
exactly.
So like I don't want any, misconfusion. I understand, like, now I'm an open book and I have nothing to hide, and certain things will be off limits because I still.
And you're not hiding behind just a microphone. You're speaking face to face with people. You're looking at them as they're forming their opinions, and you don't.
Right, because
it's you.
Social media has caused us to be so socialist. Thank you. Social media caused us to be so socialist a lot, and so in the present day, and so in that we gotta step away from social media and be able to do other things, and so that's why I'm like, we gotta use all the platforms. If we're gonna be on social media, then let's be talking about something. Exactly. Let's be making change. Let's be doing something.
Cause a debate. Like, stir some conversation. Debate is my life.
Listen.
I'm on Facebook for debate. So if you think I get upset when you disagree with everything I'm saying, I don't care. You're my favorite person on Facebook. Trust me.
She's telling the truth. She has
I'm telling the truth.
She's savage, and she literally, it's all about debate is the game.
I thrive off of
rough
that,
and feathers
so.
and all of that.
Exactly.
She don't play, and that's what Savage is all about. But at the end of the day, with sexuality being something that's thrown upon such younger age, youth, I feel like if the honesty was there, then a lot of this finger snapping and head popping and all that would go away. Because I feel like that's not really who people are. Like this is good. Let me tell you.
Please air this out because I feel like I have the exact same opinion of you.
So I was going to say something a second ago. I forgot, and the spirit brought it back to me. This reminds me of what I'm getting ready to say. Gangs are formed because of this exact reason. Men want to be comfortable with being around another man and not feeling subject to being called gay or something else. So we form this bond, this brotherhood of being around men and being, we got each other's back and all of that. But that's really a cover-up because we're told men don't cry, men are hard, men are this and that. So in that's why gangs are formed. So don't get it twisted. And so the reason why I said that, another reason, in the LGBT lifestyle, there's tend to form gay cliques, or these cliques always form that are not helping us. They're hurting us. Because you're getting involved in these cliques that are forming you into a person, a personality, a thing that makes you who you are, and you thrive, and it becomes something else. It becomes a part of all this and that. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but that's not who you are. We are men, we're women, we're all of that at the end of the day. So just naturally be who you are. So I want to be able to empower these youth that you ain't got to do all of that to fit in. You could just be who you are. And if someone doesn't appreciate you for who you are, business, relationship, work, whatever, if they don't appreciate for who you are, then you don't need to be around them. You need to be in that environment, and you need to get far away from them. If they're not motivating you, inspiring you, uplifting you, holding you down when you're broken and you need somebody to shoulder the crown, if they're not being that positive force in your life, no matter what, you don't need it. You don't need it.
I 100% agree. Actually, no, me said it's true. Courtney is always debating, so at least I have somebody, another person who's got my back on that. So, but we do have a couple of comments.
Yes.
You need to read that one because
you know. Borrow my glasses. Go ahead. Shout out to you, Keisha, for staying on and listening. She says, this was a great topic and needs to be discussed more because honesty when it comes to sexuality is hard for people simply because people don't want to be judged. Booyah. And that's the point. And I was one of those people that didn't want to be judged. So when I went on a date, that's in the time from my first relationship with a man to after that, I dated women in between. But what I didn't do was be honest right away. Because I'm like, if I'm not going to spend my time with you and be serious, commit to you, and really take my time and say I'm not dating nobody else, I'm just going to focus on you, then if I'm going to do that, then this is what you need to know. But because of the being judged and because of all of that, I decided if I go on a second date, or if we make it that far, then maybe that's when I'll bring it out. It was all about time and the place. But if you tell too many things too soon, you're not going to be getting a chance to be yourself. Because they're going to prejudge you from day one. So I feel like, let me show you who I am. Let me show you 100% who I am. And I take every relationship that way. First of all, let's be clear. If we're going on a date, who I am now, who you're going to see all the time. I'm going to be myself this date today, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, a year from now. Because what I want you to do is understand and know who I am, genuinely who I am as a person, everything about me. Because if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's fine. But if I'm dating you and I'm being genuine and honest with you, and you have this facade going, and then you come out of a bag on me 2 months, 3 months down the line, really being an asshole, being mean, or, not, just being someone you're not, then I'm going to tell you bye-bye, Felicia. Because ain't nobody got time to be sitting around dealing with people who are not being honest. We need to be honest. We need to be true. We need to be genuine. And that's what this is all about. And so that's what come on, guys, just be honest. Be true. It's time to stop playing games. If you're a man who identifies as any sexuality other than straight, then just be honest. I like you, girl. I think you're cute. I think you're attractive. We're compatible. We're hitting it off. But the reality is, this is what it is. And I don't want to be judged for it because I can care less if you judge me. But I want to be honest with you so that we're both honest and put all our eggs on the table. So then you got to get people the benefit of the doubt to be able to choose to deal with things whether they want to or they don't. That's the issue we have, that people are not doing that. People are not giving people the benefit of the doubt. You cannot hold on to secrets and expect people to be okay with it when you tell them. weeks down the line, months down the line. You can't. You got to tell them, this is what it is. This is what's going on. And I want you to know that because I want you to have the benefit of the doubt to be able to say yes, no, maybe so, whatever it may be. What do you think about that, Courtney? And I feel like people really don't. People go into situations pretending to be what they're not so that they can be like, hey, I'm not man you want in your life, girl. I'm not man you want in your life, boy. I'm not one you need. Hey, no one messing you up there. Yes, you can see us. I'm not one you need in your life. Like, people tend to have a facade, and that's what screws things up. Because when you come out of a bag months later, that's when the fight started, and that's when it's like...
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you don't build no foundation in anything
with honesty.
Yes. Build a foundation. Relationships are like a house, and this is why I say that. If a house don't got no foundation, when the wind blow, whoop, that house gonna fall down. If you build your relationship like a house and build that foundation, when the sex goes bad, guess what? You're gonna buy a sex toy. You're gonna figure out, hang from the ceiling and not from the stripper pole. You're gonna figure it out. And you're going to be like, baby, this is what we need to do. And you're going to make it work because you put in that foundation and that time that needed to make that happen. So you can't just be getting in a relationship and don't put in that foundation in that time. Y'all got to be more, y'all got to value your relationship more. Y'all getting in relationships too fast based on sex, how you doing, and all these other things. And because of that, you tend to, relationships don't last. When we did that show a couple weeks ago and I did that research on marriage and 40 to 50% of marriages don't last, in America, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. What I was saying before is, like I mentioned, I think on our live show is, I think I mentioned on Real Shit Fridays, was that you have to build a relationship on several things to have a strong foundation, and that's consideration, honesty, loyalty, and you have to be each other's friend. And what starts with friendship is being honest with each other. You can't build a friendship.
Somebody's friend.
Exactly, you can't be a friend if you don't know nothing about them.
Y'all tuning into Troy Weeks Music. Free Yourself Saturdays. I forgot what we were doing. I'm really free right now.
I do this all the time.
I freed myself today. If y'all don't know what's going on,
on Real Shit Friday, I always say Savage Media Radio, and then Carlos is like, "You do that every week." It's oh my god.
Yes, it's Free Yourself Saturdays with Troy Weeks Music. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank
I just
you.
recently revealed for all those who had questions and wanted to know what was going on. My sexuality. I'm pansexual. The definition for pansexuality, it has nothing to do with your gender, whether you're a man or a woman. It has everything to do with the connection you have with that person. So pansexuality means you connect with a man, a woman, a lesbian, a transsexual, androgynous, gender fluid, whatever that may be. So just so you know.
We love you too, Brandon.
It's Brandon from 26. Oh, what up, brother? How you doing? What up, B? Team family, what's good, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for the love. This is real talk, guys. Like, thank you guys for this. Like, it's not easy being the pioneer. No, Martin Luther King. It wasn't easy being Martin Luther King, getting up, standing up for people's rights, but he had to do it. And he had to say, I'm going to do it. And I finally said, if I have to be Martin Luther King for the generation, for the LGBT community, in regards to being pansexual, hey, let's get it. Like, what's up?
Before we close out, I do want to shout out everybody who kept our chat alive. Thank you so much, Noemi. Thank you so much, Brandon, John. Who else we got in here? Melanie. Daquan from earlier. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. It definitely helps us a lot to keep the conversation going, to let us know if you're even interested in what we're talking about. Right. If you're on chat and we see that you're asking questions, it definitely gives us kind of life. So thank you so much for anyone who's on chat. We have a couple seconds more, so if you guys want to hit up on chat,
before we get ready to close.
Yep.
We definitely
we'll shout it out.
To say something. At the end of the day, again, this is the people's platform. This is for you guys. Free Yourself Saturdays was created all about you. God gave me a vision to do this, and I love what I do. And so, in freeing yourself, I had to free myself first, so that I can help you continue to free yourself. I've been helping people free themselves.
You can't be a hypocrite.
Hello. Because the people call you out and be like, oh yeah, Troy, remember what happened?
I dug deep, okay?
Oh wait, I got something.
What?
I got something. What? So this is another thing that sparked this whole thing.
What?
And that's how I knew that it was time to do this. So I woke up to Sunday morning, last week Sunday, to somebody's, the mother of someone's kid. I thought it was a guy, going on my page on social media, tagging my family and my friends, saying, "Oh, you need to not open up about your sexuality stuff." But they weren't talking to me. They were talking to their baby father. Well, I don't like to say that. I hate baby mama, baby father. That's some rash.
That terminology. Yep.
The mother of this man's child was on my page tagging my family and my friends, saying, tagging him, saying, "Stop doing it." I don't know him from the pain of the wall. Besides, I met him one time years ago through someone I'm in a relationship with. So we have no ties and nothing together. Where this woman came from, where this all happened, I have no clue. She went on my page because they have a custody battle. She went on my page saying things, tagging me and my family, and saying all kind of craziness. So, you know, I got my gangster twin sister on, and we got to the bottom of it, and we found out that this situation has nothing to do with me. So, if you in a situation with the father of your kid, legal battles, whatever it may be, stop. You cannot go on social media and bash other people or get other people involved in your situation. That is between you and your father's, your daughter, your baby's kid, your father. Like, come on, you cannot involve people. That's not okay. You got a case going on. All of that is paper trail. Boom. I'm like, bro, this is what's going on.
Yep.
What's good? Like, you can't do that to people. You cannot intervene in people's lives like that. This is my livelihood. This is my family. You tagging my mama, close family, friends, like saying things that you should have no business saying. You don't know. You cannot do that. And this is one of the reasons why I did what I finally did. It had nothing to do with me. It had all to do with her, you know, the father of her kid. But I don't know how she got me involved. And there's another reason why I'm like, nobody's going to be able to pull out the dirt underneath me and say A, B, and C.
Exactly.
I'm a real
You're going to lay it out on the
I'm going to lay it out
table.
right here. Any questions? You got a couple more seconds. You know, like,
right?
What's up? Like,
so how do you want to close the show? Do you want to close them with some more wisdom? Because I think this is probably the most inspirational episode we've had so far.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you spit out a lot of wisdom, but is there something else you want to leave whoever's listening, whoever's watching,
What up, cousin?
with?
Yes, you're tuning in now. It's too late. I love y'all watching in the ER. Thank you for watching us in the ER.
Oh,
we appreciate
thank you.
Yeah, shout out to you, you know, holding it down. I would like to close with this. For anyone who's feeling like they are in a box or being limited based on their sexuality, don't do it. And I'm going to tell you why. And what I looked up in research, there was something else that came up that made me say, if I was doubting speaking about my pansexuality, now is not the time to do it. And this is why. After reading this, it says, let me get to the bottom here. It says, I'm not reading all that. But it basically talked about how sexuality, the tendencies of our sexuality come natural and come out at any time. It's according to the development of each individual. Kids are naturally curious in discovering their bodies, and they tend to leave and play with their mom. They play with their genitals, masturbate, investigate themselves, all of that stuff. And later, it develops. You know, as when they become the doctor and they start discovering the body with their friends and things like that. And then puberty happens, and naturally, you know, it's undeniable. Puberty happens, that's life. And then as you go through puberty and as you go through life, your sexual productivity becomes more crystallized and defined through your options, and your options remain open. And through these options, partially repressed or made taboo according to society in which we live in. There's societies where there's men and tribes who go off as couples and who go off together and they come back once or twice a year to impregnate the women. Wow. Just for that reason. It's in Africa and it's in Zambia, New Guinea. It goes into a couple things like that. But the main point is this: it's important not to repress any of your pansexuality and live it freely using good sense. The repression and banning of natural instinct creates frustration and often results in antisocial and violent behavior. You have to express who you are. There's no reason to to hold yourself or closet yourself or hold yourself back from anything at this point in life. At the end of the day, there's no reason for it. Everything in life has purpose. You have purpose, each and every one of us. And so your sexuality doesn't define who you are. If you feel like you want to free yourself, you're more than welcome to hit us up, contact us, you know, savageonair@gmail.com, Choice Music on Instagram, on everything else. Yeah. It's Coco Blue on social media or Savage Media Radio.
Slide into the DM.
Slide into the DM. Let us know what's up.
My DM's dry. I'm married, so give me some excitement.
And not the trouble kind. Okay? So, yeah, if you want to free yourself, we provide this platform. We call this the People's Platform. Yes. And it starts with, you know, being genuine, honest, and true. And I'm being genuine, honest, and true, and not being a hypocrite by being... you know, saying, you know what, it is what it is, and this is life, and hey, what up, world? Troy Weeks Music, I'm here, and I'm no longer allowing anyone or anything to put me in a box.
And hold you down.
And hold me down. So...
You want to let people know when they can hear us? And
yes,
how
you can
and
hear
why?
us each and every Saturday, live 7 p.m. on Spreaker.com. This was you know, we may or may not do this again, and just wanted you to, you know, test it out and see. We're going to do it again. Yeah, I love that. I love being on video record, especially after Brandon and Carlos try to shine us up by hanging out, you know. we want to let you guys know what's up. So, we enjoy this. This is only the beginning, guys. We want to make sure you can tune in live. You can also tune into us live on Wednesday. There's 6 of us. So only 2 of us now for Free Yourself. This is my show. And co-hosted with Courtney. She has a show on Fridays.
Yes.
Fridays.
You have to tune in.
If you... It's called Real Shit Friday.
Be advised, yeah.
It's explicit.
Viewers' discretion advised. Is that what they say? Yeah.
Bro, it says it there, explicit. You gotta definitely.
Every show that this is explicit.
Yeah, it is. Every show we have is explicit.
We say fuck too much.
Right.
So.
And we don't want to get in trouble. And we want to give people a platform to do what it is that they want to do and say how they feel. And if you feel like screaming and saying fuck this shit today, then you do that. And we got you. So that's Savage Media Radio. That's Free Yourself Saturdays with Troy Weeks Music. We'll be here again next week. And stay tuned. I'm open now. I'm on open book. You're more than welcome to hit me up. Have any questions?
Ask questions.
And, if you want to be free and it's inspire you and touch you, we can share this video on Facebook. Share it. We're going to put it on YouTube. And it's going to be out there. Stay tuned. Again, I told you I got cast for a reality show. And we're filming live here today. So it's all part of that as well. So it'll all be on air. And then it'll all be, something you can share in this experience. And, it's something that, I don't take easy. I don't take lightly. This is my life. And this is my reality. And this is what it is. So Troy Weeks Music signing out. My girl Coco Blue. Until next week. Free Yourself Saturdays, ladies and gentlemen. Stay savage.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.